Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah ma ba'd. The question is asking here, do I need to be qualified to choose a scholarly opinion? Do I need to be qualified? And if I'm not qualified, I just make taqleed. Is that correct or not? Now this is what the people of the madhabs, they do. You know, the people who are partisan towards their madhabs or the following of a madhab, this is what they say. You know these narrations that you get from Abu Hanifa, Malik, Shafi, Ahmed. There's many narrations, and if you look at the beginning of Sifat Salat al-Nabi of Shaykh al-Albani, he brings a lot of them, if not nearly all of them, rahimahullah, clearly proving that every single one of those imams, the four madhabs, and ai like them, have said you are not allowed to blindly follow. And there is ijma' on this issue. There is ijma' that has been put down by many of the ulama to say taqleed is forbidden, it's not permissible. So then these narrations that you get from Abu Hanifa, where he says, if the text is sahih, then that is my madhab. Imam al-Shafi, for example, saying, if you find a hadith and throw my opinion against the wall. Imam Ahmad says, take from where they took from. I mean, all of these narrations, like I said, you can go back to it. We're not here to discuss them, individually here. What they say here, the people of following madhabs, by having partisanship towards that madhab. We're not here saying that there's any fault in following a madhab. None at all. What we're saying is blindly following that madhab for the sake of following the madhab and having partisanship, ta'assub, towards that madhab, there is no permissibility in that. And that is impermissible with, like I said, all the ai. If a person needs to make taqleed of one of those madhabs out of darura, out of necessity, because he has no access to ilm, and he doesn't know any better, then there is no harm in that, as the ulama have explained. But here we're talking about taqleed, blindly following. Here we're talking about ta'assub, clinging onto the madhab for the sake of the madhab. The ulama have said that these things are not permissible unless if there is a need and a necessity for blindly following that madhab. Otherwise, it's not permissible for a person to do that. So what they say is that these narrations from the ai, they are for the people who are qualified. So if you are a mujtahid, leave the opinion of Abu Hanifa and follow what is sahih. If you are a mujtahid, then throw the opinion of Shafi against the wall and follow what is sahih. As a response to that wouldn't make sense. The reason why, the people who understand the texts and are qualified, they become mujtahid themselves. And there is an agreement with the ulama that a mujtahid doesn't follow the view of another mujtahid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made him a mujtahid, and he is the person that needs to follow the texts that come to him. As for those people who do not know, then they are the people who ask. Therefore there is a problem with this premise, where they say that the mujtahid is the person who is free to follow whatever view he wants. That is contradictory to what they're saying as well in other places, where they say you have to follow a madhab. If he's a mujtahid, that means he can follow any one of those madhabs. He can maybe even formulate his own madhab. And we will inshallah discuss in the course the different levels of madhab. I'm not saying that he becomes a mujtahid mutlaq, but at least he becomes a mujtahid. He can maybe even form something for his own opinions. But that's not what they mean, and that's not what they want, because they want the mujtahid according to those people who are partisan. We're talking about those people who are partisan. They want people to be mujtahid but still blindly follow. And what I'm trying to say here in this audio is that contradicts many different things. It contradicts the premise itself. How can you be a mujtahid and a blind follower at the same time? Are you a lay person or are you a scholar? And if we were to say that these narrations that you got from the ai, and this idea that you can be a mujtahid and a lay person at the same time, then that would contradict, because the ai are not saying that. They're talking to everyday people. Follow the text that come to you. And then a third way that we can look at this also is that they haven't differentiated. Those ai themselves, they haven't differentiated. They didn't say that if you're a mujtahid then you can follow the text, and if you're not mujtahid then you can't follow. They didn't say that. So there's more than one thing that's going on here, but this is just to highlight that this is how the people of ta'assub towards a madhab will interpret those texts. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us the best understanding of religion, and that He allows us to return to His religion with the best of returning. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina.